All your lifetime tax-free investment growth needs in a Roth Megasode. Today on Your Money, Your Wealth podcast number 558. McDreamy Dempsey wants to know if converting to Roth in the 37% tax bracket ever makes sense. Gary in LaCrosse warns the fellas about Roth conversion lag and when it doesn't make sense to convert. Wine Guy and Gal in Northern California want to spitball on whether they should protect their ACA subsidies or keep converting to Roth before Medicare kicks in. Then it's the classic question for Robert in Napa, Luke and Lorelai in Indiana, and Phil and Claire in California. Should they save for retirement in their traditional pre-tax accounts or their post-tax Roth accounts? Different needs, different situations, same big question. Which strategy gives you the smarter tax outcome? Let's dig in and find out. I'm executive producer Andy Last, and here are the hosts of Your Money, Your Wealth, Joe Anderson, CFP, and Big Al Clopine, CPA.
Okay, McDreamy Dempsey.
You know, you get that reference, right?
That's Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah.
Patrick Dempsey, when he was on Grey's Anatomy, he played the character Derek Shepherd, who was known as Dr. McDreamy.
His name is Dr. Shepherd, but they called him McDreamy?
Yes, because, I mean, you know what he looks like, right?
He's good looking.
Yes.
Got it. But
Even I could see that as a guy. He was good looking.
Yeah. All right. We got Drink Russell's. So he's calling himself McDreamy.
Yeah, he must be really good
He
looking.
must be super hot.
Yeah, I think so. Why didn't we get a picture?
Well, here's what Dr. McDreamy looked like.
Yes.
Yeah. Nah, he's a good looking guy.
Now, I met him like a long time ago.
You did?
Uh-huh. He drives race cars. So
Oh, okay.
He drove race cars with my college roommate's buddy.
Oh,
So,
okay. So
Anyway.
you're part of the rich and famous.
yeah, I'm just dropping names.
Who else have you
It was
met?
like, hello. That was about it. Hey, McDreamy. How's it going? That's exactly how the conversation went.
Yeah, it lasted that long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
All
he
right.
did he even look at you?
No, not really. Let's see. Drink Russell's Reserve Whiskey Sour.
Okay.
All right. He drives a little 2015 Audi A8 diesel.
Diesel. Wow.
Okay. Here's his question. He's 55, currently has over $3.5 million in tax deferred accounts. Expect to retire at 65, with the value increasing to well over $7 million with contributions and an estimated 7% return. We got a cash brokerage account to cover Roth conversions. I'm currently in the 37% tax bracket. In addition to max Social Security benefits at age 70, I expect $200,000 of yearly income at age 65 from commercial properties. To what tax bracket should I convert? No wonder he's McDreamy. He's got a ton of cash.
He does. A lot of income and a lot of
A
cash.
lot of income.
Yeah.
I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that. Yeah, his balance sheet is definitely McDreamy. So,
Well, if you look at, let's use his number, which probably is right, 7 million. 4% of that would be 280,000 of income. That would be the RMD, roughly.
mhm.
Then you got 200,000 of commercial real estate. We don't know if that's sheltered with depreciation or not. Let's assume it's not, just for now. So that's
480.
480 plus Social Security plus whatever else there might be. So that's a pretty high bracket.
Call it $500,000. of
Yeah,
income.
call it 500,000, and I think that's probably 32% bracket. So if you can convert anything into the 24, do it. I mean, it doesn't sound like you can right now, but
He's
that
in the 37% tax bracket.
yeah, I can't do it now. I don't think I would convert at 37. I don't think he'd be there. I think I might wait until
Would you switch contributions?
currently.
Yeah.
Oh, to Roth?
Mm-hmm.
Probably just for a little diversification, even though it doesn't really pencil out, but just to get it started.
He's going to be in the 35% bracket.
At
potentially.
least 32.
32. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I would, if it were me, I probably would switch to Roth contributions just to start some tax diversification, knowing that I'm paying a lot of tax on that. I get that. But then when I retire at 65, then I'd be doing conversions for 10 years till I hit 75. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Because at that point, income's lower, less you don't have Social Security yet, income's lower, don't have your RMDs yet. So that would be a good time to do it.
35% tax bracket is 250 to 626. So what? He makes over $600,000 now.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big bracket. 37 is 626,000 or above. is the 37. So he's 55, going to work another 10 more years. That's it. Well, I mean, it's a good problem to have again.
It is.
$3.5 million, $7 million if it's all pre-tax. Maybe you do Roth just to get the tax deferment, tax-free deferment.
Yeah, just to get started on the
Over
current.
10 years, you max that out at 30,000. Plus, if he has after-tax dollars and you convert those,
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I just wouldn't do
a big conversion.
I wouldn't do a big conversion
Yeah, me
until
neither.
retirement.
Yeah, and I think it's an easier play. Like to do a conversion, you got to cut a check to write to the IRS, and that's always kind of a pain in the ass.
You know, when you make as much as he's making, you probably
You're not going to miss the
wouldn't
tax.
miss it, really.
He doesn't even know what his net paycheck is.
He doesn't even look at
He
it.
doesn't even look
Just
at
money
it.
shows up in his
Exactly.
account.
Money just appears in the account.
That's why he's McDreamy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's done a good job. Congrats. But I don't know if I was going to pick a name.
It wouldn't
If
be
I was
that.
going to write in, I don't know if I'm going to go McDreamy on myself.
What would
Even
you?
though I think I'm very handsome.
What, well,
I was going to say, you're usually so self-deprecating, but wow, that just went out the window.
well, who would you pick?
I don't know.
Someone cool?
Yeah, but that, yeah, I don't know. Papa Ganoush. There you go.
I'd be Chuck Norris.
Chuck Taylor. You do kind of look like Chuck. Chuck is getting old, man.
He's getting old. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to look like. And
It's Chuck Norris. 90s?
no, he's probably 80.
Ranger?
He's
Yeah.
85. He was born March 10th of 1940. He's 85 years old as of the
85,
date of this
okay.
recording.
Yeah.
I bet he still kicks some ass.
Oh, I wouldn't want to wrestle with him.
Yeah. And he does push-ups, the earth moves.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What do we got? This is just a comment.
It's a comment, but it's got some meat on it, so I figured this would be
got
a
a
good
little
thing
meat
for
on
you
the
guys
bone
to
here?
talk about. Yep.
Got it. All
Okay.
right. Joe, Big Al, love the show. Entertaining, educational. Keep it up. I have an observation about what seems to be the fact that the vast majority of financial advisors, yourself included, sing Roth conversion song without really giving the no conversion its due.
It's due. Yeah.
I've talked about when it makes sense to convert or not to convert multiple.
That's one of our most popular episodes, yes.
Yeah. I think we've kind of gone, there's pros and cons. Yeah. Every situation is
There's
different.
probably 10 cons to do a conversion.
You're
And I
right.
could go through them let's just kind of continue.
In a hot minute.
In a hot minute. It might take me a little bit more than a hot minute because I'm still a little tired from my flight back from Charleston.
Got it. Okay.
Specifically, FAs. Oh, he's calling them FAs. He's got to be in the business.
Yeah.
100% in the business
Also
right
known
here.
as financial advisors.
Seem to think that all Roth conversions will be paid by some magic cash account hidden under the neighbor's rug.
Wouldn't that
that's
be
what-
awesome?
That's what we assume, right?
Totally.
We're always assuming that you got a rug at your neighbor's house.
That's magical.
Magical. Yeah.
Assuming the typical person may need to pay the conversion out of the traditional IRA pot, which will cause a lag for the Roth for as much as 15 to 20 years at 4 to 5% interest before the total balances, traditional or Roth post-tax in a 12 to 15% federal tax bracket and 6 to 8 state rate are the same. Give it a go on a spreadsheet, starting with $20,000 earning 5% in a traditional versus $16,000 in a Roth, 20,000 minus 4 in tax given this reality. To Roth or not to Roth? It's not as easy of a decision as you all make it out to be. If you are young, no brainer. Convert to Roth. If you are within 15 to 20 years of life expectancy, the lag in the overall balance in traditional Roth post-tax upon inheritance net depends on your goals. If you want more money in your go-go years, oh, this guy, go-go years.
That's your favorite.
I hate it. No conversion makes more sense. If your goal is to maximize heir inheritance, then convert.
I like that recovery.
In short, it seems like FAs need to include the fact that many retirees will need to take from traditional to pay for the Roth conversion. What this early payment does for accumulation total balances, traditional versus Roth, that is the Roth leg.
Roth lag. Okay.
Okay, you got the leg in the Roth.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Needs to better be presented and understood. It's not a no-brainer decision, okay? To make up for my potential suggestion, I owe you a beer at the Bodega Pub in LaCrosse, Wisconsin. Thanks for hearing me out.
Gary. Okay.
All right.
And he said
Let's
to make
go.
up for his pointed suggestion.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
The Bodega Pub?
Yeah. You been there?
Nope. Been to LaCrosse, though.
Yeah.
You can go
Long
and have
time.
an argument about Roths with Gary here.
Oh, that would be such a good time.
I think
that's exactly what I would want to
Have a
do
beer and have an Roth arguments.
at the Bodega Pub. I do like a good pub.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
I found one in Idlewild.
you did.
It's the Idlewild Brewery.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather take a pub than like a nice fancy restaurant any day of the week.
Same. Yeah. It's more casual, more
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better
Okay,
place to
what
have
do
a
you
Roth argument.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay. If you're going to take the money out of the IRA to pay the tax, how many times have we said it probably doesn't make sense to do the
I
conversion
think we've said that every time.
unless you have millions of dollars in your IRA? If you
And no other
if you
choice.
have no other choice to pay the tax inside the IRA, then it may make sense. But if you're paying tax out of the retirement account to do the conversion, in most cases, the math doesn't pencil out because you got to pay the tax to pay the tax. You're taking money out, paying tax on that to pay tax. It doesn't, it's like, yeah, that's a hard recovery. Maybe that's what he means by the lag.
Maybe that's the lag.
I like to say you got to pay the tax to pay the tax.
You
on
do
the
like
tax
to
on
say
the yeah, because it's just like
Yeah, yeah. Gary, we're kind of agreeing with you. I mean, I think we say that almost every time. Now, that's part of the reason why we have people tell us what their assets are, how much they have in a retirement account, in a Roth, and in a non-retirement account, right? So if they have money in a non-retirement account that they don't necessarily need to live on, then they've got additional cash to be able to pay taxes on Roth conversions if it makes sense given their bracket. And Joe, I agree with you. I mean, I think the only time where we suggest it, like let's say someone's
I'd
got
much rather take a home equity line of credit out before
Yeah.
paying tax on my retirement
paying
account.
tax on tax, right? So let's say you have a $5 million IRA and no other assets whatsoever, right? And you're 55. By the time you're 75, maybe it's going to be 20 million if it doubles twice. I would rather actually pay some tax out of the IRA to get some of that into a Roth, but that would be an unusual situation we don't see very often, but we hardly ever recommend that. But I will also say, I think when you look at dollars in an IRA or 401k net of tax, I actually think the day you do the conversion, you're in the same exact spot. And let me, quick example, right? So you got $100,000 and let's say, what can you spend? If it's 25% tax rate, you can spend 75,000. You take the 100,000 out, you got to pay $25,000 tax. You got 70, that's what you got. So let's say you do a Roth conversion and using the example of paying it for out of your IRA, even though we don't necessarily recommend that. So yeah, 100,000 comes out, you got 75,000 in the Roth because you got to pay 25,000 in tax. It's the same thing. Now you got in the Roth 75,000 versus what you could have spent in the IRA. And if you're thinking, well, time value money growth, well, let's double it. So that $100,000 IRA becomes 200,000. 25% tax, that'd be 50,000. You have 150,000 spending power. Great. $75,000 Roth doubles. 150,000, you got the same spending power. It's same. It's that people don't really seem to get that.
Right. They look at the total balance of the account, and that's how they're running their spreadsheets.
Yeah, I guess if you are looking at total balance, I agree with that. But
You have to look at net of tax. What
got-
can you spend?
right.
The sooner that you get the money out of the retirement account and into a Roth IRA, you take the unnecessary tax rates out onto the picture. Right.
Right.
If you're going to be in the same tax bracket, it makes sense to do the Roth. Because now all of the money in the Roth IRA, even though on your account balance, it's going to be lower,
Yes.
but all of that money is yours.
Right.
If it's in a retirement account, all of that money's not yours. Your partner's still with the IRS, and you got to give the IRS a little chunk of change, depending, of course, on what tax brackets that you're in.
Yeah, it's not like a home loan that stays steady. The taxes keep going up the more you got in your retirement account.
Right, the higher the account balance grows, the more time you have. He's like, well, I got 15, 20 years. It doesn't make sense. Well, you got 20 years of growth.
Yeah,
It
and
could
then
double twice.
Right.
But guess what? Your tax bill doubles twice.
right, it's the same.
Unless tax rates go down. If tax rates go down, the tax rate might not double twice, but it's still going to be a lot of money.
Right.
The longer that you keep the money into the IRA, the more tax you will pay, period.
the reason that you do the Roth, even if it's the same bracket, is because so now you got more flexibility in retirement. If you have a year where you need extra cash, you can pull some out of the Roth and not go into a higher tax bracket. Or maybe you favor some of your growth assets, your growth mutual funds in your Roth and your safer assets in your retirement account. So now you're going to end up long term, more volatile, but long term, you should end up with more in the Roth IRA. You'll be in a better spot. Or what if tax rates go up? Or what if you're married and a spouse dies and now all of a sudden you're in single rates and your tax rates went up? There's a lot of reasons why you should convert, even if it's the same bracket. But Joe, there's no same from day one.
Yeah, I don't know. There's several reasons not to convert. You have to also take a look at here's the other reasons, right? If you're going to blow yourself out of a tax credit. So we talked about this a couple weeks ago, right? With the new I don't even know what it's called. Income.
Oh,
the senior tax credit.
Yeah,
the senior bonus deduction.
Badass.
Had the extra deduction, 6,000 per person.
Yes. Credit. So then you have to really do the math there. Or you have to look at your IRMA premiums. So that could jump you up into a higher bracket.
Or health insurance, right? Or the ability to deduct your rental real estate losses. That phases out. Or your net investment income tax is an extra tax if you're at above a certain income level.
Right. Or if your Social Security is going to be subject to income tax. Or if you're going to pull, or if you're in the 0% capital gains rate and you do a conversion, now your capital gains might jump up to the 15% rate.
Yeah, I can think of a lot of reasons not to do it.
But there's also probably just as many reasons or more to do it. It depends on your situation.
Yeah.
But thanks for the conversation.
Yeah, good one.
See, there was some meat on that bone.
So
yeah, I'd still grab a beer with Gary and chat about this more.
If McDreamy and Gary haven't convinced you that Roth conversions can get messy fast, especially when you push your tax bracket too far or fall into the conversion lag, this is your moment to get the ultimate guide to Roth IRAs. Click or tap the link in the episode description to download it for free. You'll have valuable information in print, mind you, about how Roth IRA contributions and conversions really work, how to avoid the mistakes that cost people thousands, and how to take full advantage of that lifetime tax-free growth. And yes, the infamous backdoor Roth strategy is in there too, for anyone who makes too much money to contribute directly. You'll also learn the differences between a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA, and a Roth 401k, the pros and cons of each, the rules for taking money out of your Roth account, and a whole lot more that we cannot cover in one podcast episode. Click or tap the link in the episode description and download your copy of the Ultimate Guide to Roth IRAs. And feel free to share it along with the other free financial resources with anyone you know who needs to get their Roth strategy together before the end of the year.
We got Wine Guy and Gal, Northern Cal.
Okay.
You helped us with an answer last year. We decided to retire this February. And we're saying, why didn't we do this sooner? Oh, I thought he was going to say, and you blew us up.
And it was a big mistake. Back at work.
Oh, we went bankrupt.
We used to drink champagne.
Yeah, now we
PBR.
Yeah, exactly. All right. The freedom from work emails, work emergency requests, and waking up stressed on Monday morning are priceless. Drink of choice is a Sonoma wine from Russian River, but love the occasional Paloma or margarita. You know, tequila guy, huh?
Yeah.
All right. The Russian River. You know where that is?
Yeah, that's Northern California near Healdsburg, I think.
Got it. Wow. I've never heard of Healdsburg.
Yeah, it's because you haven't been there. I actually have been on that river in a canoe before.
Oh.
I've been on that river on a jet ski.
On a jet ski.
Yep.
Funny little side story. I was just getting to know Anne, and she used to live there for like a year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm on the canoe, and I'm trying to impress her. So I'm thinking,
tipped it.
well, almost. I was paddling. I was going like right straight for the bank, and right into the bushes. And I would show her my skills where I'd just like go like that really quickly. And you can't turn a canoe that quickly. We went right into the bushes.
I don't think I've ever been on a canoe. Well, maybe I was when I was a child at camp.
Maybe so.
So you were in your 20s on a canoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it.
I was, but
upset.
But more recently, I would say, well, I'll do better than that. 3 weeks ago, I was in a kayak on the Hanalei River.
Ooh. Kayak, were you wearing a helmet?
No.
Daredevil, you. Uh, okay. The wine guy's got a new question now.
Okay.
Should we delay Roth conversions until on Medicare after the latest tax bill recreates the ACA cliff?
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting into this.
Yeah. Well,
Affordable Care Act cliff.
yeah. Let's get into the specifics and then we'll answer it.
All right. It seems going above the cliff is significant cost that distracts the Roth conversion benefits. All right. We're 58, 56, currently on Cobra. We will have to move to ACA healthcare plan next year. The estimated healthcare costs are $800 a month, if below 84,000 MAGI, 400% poverty level for a couple. We will go $1. If we go $1 above 84,000, then we lose all subsidies, and healthcare would be $2,000 per month, or approximately $15,000 extra per year. We could keep our income below that $84,000 as we have $1.7 million in a brokerage account to cover our daily expenses. We have another $2.5 million in retirement accounts that would not convert until we hit age 65 and go on Medicare. You know, the Affordable Care Act, wasn't really meant for people that have $4 million.
No, but that's how it's being used right now.
Okay.
Because we'll just go back 1 second.
He's at 400% of the poverty level.
Yeah, affordable.
But he's at the top 0.01% of all wealth.
Right. So it was designed on income, not on wealth. So,
Not on net worth.
So in our opinion, I'll speak for you too, Joe. It was slightly flawed how it was set up, because that means very wealthy people that can keep their taxable income low can qualify for these subsidies.
Which are great subsidies.
They're a lot.
And by all means, if you qualify, go for it.
100%. And I think that's going to be my answer, but let's keep going.
Okay. So he's worried about the cliff. The cost of going over $84,000 income with Roth conversion seems to be too high. Even if we converted $100,000, it equates to an extra 15% tax on top of the 22% federal and 9% California. Of course, the issue is that the IRAs will grow and cause more conversions between 65 and 75 when RMDs are required. As a side question, would you suggest we do extra Roth conversions this year while we're on Cobra? We are planning to convert to the top of the 22% tax bracket, but considering going to the 24% tax bracket, $250,000 taxable income, while the extra 3.8 kicks in. Thanks and love the combination of humorous and banter and knowledge. So it's not an extra 15% tax, is it?
Well, if they do 100,000 conversion, that's what you.
Because it's
getting at.
15% or $15,000 extra. So that 15,000 on the 100,000 is a 15% tax on top of
Yeah,
it.
so maybe to translate a couple things. So the way this works is once you're over the 400% the poverty level, which in their case, 400% is 84,000. So if you're 84,001, they call that a cliff, which means that whole subsidy goes away. And in this case, they've calculated theirs to be $15,000. So if you keep it below that, you got a $15,000 insurance subsidy. If you go $1 over it, that whole $15,000 is lost. So it's a pretty big deal, right? And so if you think about should they do Roth conversions this year while they're in Cobra? Yes, of course. You got $2.5 million in tax deferred, and you're in your 50s,
58 and 56.
Yeah, you should be converting that to the top of the 24, because this year you don't have that issue. Then next year you probably won't do conversions because of the ACA premium credit. However, they're currently supposed to expire at the end of 2025, and we don't know if they'll be extended or not. But
what do you think? How many years have you been in tax? I would imagine they extend.
Well, that's why we had the government shutdown, because the Republicans didn't want to extend. So I would typically say, yeah, they will extend them. But in this particular political environment, no idea. So I think next year, I think they wait to see what happens on their conversion strategy. But as it stands right now, I wouldn't convert next year, because then you lose that $15,000, unless, here's one exception. And that is, you don't convert 100,000, you convert like 300,000, right? To get to the top of the 24% bracket, maybe 350,000. That way, that extra $15,000 relative to 300 or 350 is a lot lower percentage. So either you don't do any or you go big, is what I would say.
Yeah. I don't even know if 24 makes sense for them. If they got, what do they got? 2.5? And they're 58. They're not 68. So they have time.
They do.
I guess it depends on the AC the credits. Because
It
if
does.
they extend through 65, he probably doesn't want to lose that
I
15%.
totally agree. If they, let's say they extend them, then I wouldn't do any more conversions until age 65,
Right.
personally. Yeah, because it's just too expensive.
But he's going to take a huge bite, right? Yeah. I think there's more math, but just looking at his simple math of saying, hey, I'm going to spend an extra 50, you got to look at the effective rate of what the RMD is, but it's too far out. It's 20 years from now.
Yeah.
Who knows what tax rates are going to be, and who knows what other subsidies are going to be in place.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. All we can do is based on current law. And current law is, well, we're sort of guessing whether things are going to be extended or not. But under current law, these subsidies go away in 2026. Will they be extended? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see. But I think for me, the biggest point would be I would do a full conversion,
To the top 24.
top of the 24 in 2025, because you're on Cobra. So the subsidies don't apply to you. That way you get a big chunk out. And then after that, maybe you wait all the way to 65, depending upon what the tax laws are. We have to see.
Cool. All right, we got Robert from Napa.
Okay, another Napa.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, Big Al. I'm currently 50. Wife is 49, and we're planning to retire in about 5 to 6 years. We live in California and currently rent, but we plan to relocate to a lower cost state like Tennessee or Arizona after retirement. Wife and I enjoy a nice medium bodied Napa cab. Medium bodied.
Got it. Yeah, I like full bodied.
Got it. I'm, I'm going to keep reading.
You better.
Combined income of 425,000. Okay, 380,000 base, $45,000 consulting income. We have we have a rental unit that grosses about $3,500 per month, net $5,500. Given our current tax bracket and our future plan, does it make more sense to continue taking traditional retirement contributions, or would it be wiser to switch to Roth? Below is our retirement contribution options. My wife, she's got a 401k, 31,000. My 401k, or I'm sorry, his 401k is 31,000. Wife's is 23,000. They have a Roth option. He's got a Roth option. Wife's 401k after tax additional contributions, she can do the mega backdoor.
Yeah.
She also has a 457B plan that she can max out as well. And then he's got a SEP IRA from the consulting business that he can do.
Yeah. So that's about 100 grand in contributions.
Currently, they got a traditional IRA of about 2.5 million, Roth IRAs of 250,000, HSA accounts of 160, brokerage account of 600, high yield savings is 300, crypto is 120.
Yep.
And then
they're getting more and more common.
Yeah, that's $4 million
Yep.
total. Okay. So what does he do? Well, he's got $2.5 million. He's 50 years old in the traditional IRA. I would switch. This is what I would do if I was him.
Yeah, go for it.
I would go Roth IRA and my 401k. I would go traditional IRA. No, I would go traditional Sorry, let me do this again. I would go traditional. Third time.
What's that word?
Oh my God. I would go Roth 401k of $31,000 for Robert.
For him. Okay.
The wife, I
Yes.
would go Roth 401k of 23,000 for her.
Okay.
I would also do the after-tax 1,000 of 15,000 and convert.
Yes.
And then I would go pre-tax on the 457 of 23.5.
Okay.
And then I would set up you could do a SEP IRA, or you could do just a standard IRA because he's only putting $8,000 into it.
Yeah, true. Can 457B, do they have Roth options or no?
Yeah.
They do.
I don't know if she works for a hospital, private,
Yeah,
or
okay.
school district.
So that would be a possibility too.
But I think that's enough. Roth, I would then
Well,
have some pre-tax.
Yeah. So the fact that they've got about 2.5 million already,
Mm-hmm.
and they're 50 and 49,
Mm-hmm.
and Roth, they have got some 260. Yeah, I think I would tend to agree with that. We don't really know, or we do know what the income is. 380 80,000, 45,000 consulting, so 425. So they're right at about the top of the 24. So in other words, that extra deduction on the traditional doesn't help them that much because they're in the 24% bracket.
Right.
So I think I would agree with you. I would do as much Roth as possible. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And then as far as conversions, I probably wouldn't convert much because they're already at the top of the 24, right?
Yep.
So just leave that as is.
So they got $4 million liquid. They want to spend $130,000. Are they on track to retire in the next 5 to 6 years? Yeah. If you save $100,000 a year over the next 5 to 6 years,
Yeah.
even at a 3% growth rate, you can afford $130,000.
Yeah, I agree. So here's my numbers. Starting at 4 million, 5 years from now, 6% rate of return at $100,000 a year, you end up at 5.9 million.
Well, let's just take $4 million today. If they take a 3% distribution rate, that's $120,000 a year. They want to spend 130.
Yeah, I know they're already there.
They're already there.
And that's not including their rental.
Yeah, rental income or Social Security income.
Yeah. But just doing my math, and then they're spending 130, inflated becomes 151. Then it's a 2.6% distribution rate. And you're right, they're just over 3% right now before the rental. So it's could potentially retire sooner.
Yeah. I think they're all set to retire. I mean, punch right now. They want to move to but are they going to buy a house in Tennessee or Arizona? So does $600,000 of the brokerage account go to a mortgage to a new house purchase?
Maybe.
Because they're renting today?
Yeah, maybe that would be a reason. They're renting today. Maybe
No.
maybe that would be a reason to keep working, so they got extra capital for that.
So, but I still think they're in really good shape.
Me too. I agree.
Cool. Okay. Well,
And I think,
Napa?
hopefully you get some Napa cabs in Tennessee. I'm sure they have them.
Yeah. Hopefully mild body.
Yeah, medium.
Yeah.
Joe and Big Al spitball Roth versus traditional, post-tax versus pre-tax retirement savings for two more couples in just a sec. But what about you? Are you saving enough? Are you saving to the right account for tax efficiency for your needs? Now is past the time to jump on your year-end tax planning. Watch 10 tax-cutting moves to make right now on YMYW TV and get this week's limited time special offer, the companion Top 10 Tax Tips Guide, for real steps you can take before December 31st to lower your 2025 taxes. We're talking Roth conversions that count for this year, maxing out your retirement contributions, harvesting tax losses or gains, and a bunch of other moves that only help out if you do them before the calendar flips. And as of today, that means you've only got 4 weeks left. Get the full checklist of what to tackle before time runs out so you send less of your money to the IRS next April. Click or tap the links in the episode description to watch the show and to grab the free guide before the special offer changes this Friday.
Hi, guys. Love the show. Started to binge listen a few months ago to pass the time on a work trip. And I learned something new on every episode. All right.
Okay.
I'd listened to several episodes before I pulled up the website to see what you guys actually look like. Oh, God.
Here we go.
In my head, I pictured Joe to be Murray from the Goldbergs. I
Yeah,
don't know who Murray is, and I don't know what the Goldbergs are.
You don't want to know, but I'll show you anyway.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
spitting image.
Identical twins. And I
Here you
was
go.
not
That
disappointed.
looks like Joe, right? That looks like Joe.
Yeah.
That guy weighs like 350 pounds.
Yeah, Joe doesn't. You're trim.
I'm like 200.
This is a good shot of him, too.
And I was not disappointed. What does that mean? Does that mean?
Means he thought you looked like.
Yeah, just exactly. Spitting image.
Uh-oh. Okay.
All right.
Wonder what he
Look
thinks.
this guy, Luke and Lorelai.
Luke and
Lorelai?
Lorelai. That's actually a reference to the Gilmore Girls TV show.
Oh, okay.
So this guy watched the Goldbergs and the Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls, yes.
Yeah. I haven't seen either one. Have you?
No. I drive a 2023 Bronco.
Yeah.
All right. And Lorelai drives a 2019 Honda Odyssey. My drink of choice and flavor of Sam Adams. And Lorelai enjoys some red wine on occasion. Here's the numbers. Luke, 42. Lorelai, 39. Salary, $220,000. Total investments, $450,000, which includes $270,000 in a 401k, $105,000 in a TSP, $30,000 in a Roth, and $45,000 in a traditional IRA. I plan to retire somewhere between 60 and 65. We plan to spend around $120,000 per year in retirement. Lorelai has mostly been a stay-at-home mom. Works part-time and will retire whenever she wants. I will receive $1,500 monthly pension with a COLA of 60 and will be eligible for TRICARE at that age. I receive $1,300 a month from a VA disability and will continue that for life. I'm on track to get $4,000 a month of Social Security at 67. Lorelai will take the spouse benefit of $2,000 per month. I will contribute $20,000 per year to my 401k, and the employer matches $20,000. How come he didn't say anything about you?
Good question. I don't know.
Wow.
He was only curious to see what you looked like.
I guess so. That's kind of disturbing. I am wondering if it would be smart to start putting all or most of the $20,000 contribution into my employer's Roth 401k option instead of the pre-tax. Since it is so common for you to recommend Roth conversion, does it make sense to just get more into Roth now? The 401k is with Fidelity, so there's plenty of good investment options, including the option to use a brokerage link, which allows you to invest in almost anything you want in the stock market. Number 2.
Okay.
In my estimate, we will have plenty of fixed income and retirement savings. We'll cover $120,000 per year and still leave a very nice inheritance to our 4 daughters. Should I be ramping up my retirement savings once I have some debt paid off? $25,000 auto loan and $50,000 HELOC, or can I go on coast mode and keep my savings rate the same? The 4 girls are expensive and we love to travel, so I have plenty of things to spend the money on. Thanks for the spitball, Luke and Lorelai.
Do these folks look familiar to you? This is apparently Luke and Lorelai.
No.
No, I don't recognize those characters.
No.
Yep, I guess you and I.
Is there any kung fu?
I don't think so.
Lorelai?
Is it a spy thriller?
No blood, no violence. Show's out.
All right. Well, here's a couple things to set the table, Joe.
Okay.
So, I didn't really ask for a retirement spitball, but I felt like doing one instead.
Okay.
So I said, what happens if he retires at age 60, based upon the numbers we have? And that's starting with about $450,000. 18 years from now, 6% rate of return, adding about $40,000 a year, you end up with about $2.5 million. Okay, so far so good. Now, spending, I want to spend $120,000 a year, but you got to do an inflation rate. So 18 years at 3%, that's $204,000. So you're up over $200,000 in spending. And then a pension, between the two of them would be about $2,800 at age 60. Now that would be
40 grand.
Yeah, about 48 actually at that
50,
point.
Yeah, 50 grand.
Yeah, call it 50. So about 150, 155 is the net on 2.5 million. That's a 6.2% distribution rate. I know we're not including Social Security yet, but that I would feel uncomfortable with that. Now, age 65, that looks a little bit better because now he ends up at 3.6 million. Spending minus fixed income is about 184. Now that's about a 5.1 distribution rate. And then you got Social Security right around the corner. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, he said 60 to 65.
Yeah, and the truth is, I mean, we're talking 18 to 23 years.
Right.
So the real truth is when the time happens, you'll be able to decide when you can retire. So I'll give you kind of a blanket answer. Yes, you can retire between 60 and 65. Based upon the numbers you gave me, 65 is probably more realistic than 60, but I think you're in the ballpark there. So we'll start with that, Joe.
Okay. He's got $30,000 in a Roth IRA.
Right.
And his total income is how much?
I'm not sure oh, here it is. 220,000 between the two of them.
Between the two of them?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he's in the 22% tax bracket?
Yep.
Yeah. I would switch to Roth.
I would do. Yep. I agree with that.
Because you're probably going to be in the 22% tax bracket in retirement with the $60,000. Well, he's got the VA, so that's tax free. So he's going to have decent fixed income.
He is. Yeah.
And then if all of his savings is going into the retirement account at this point, he's got 400,000 roughly in retirement accounts that are pre-tax. I think at the 22% tax bracket, it take Makes total sense.
Yeah, and a couple more of my thoughts as to even why that makes even more sense is being at age 42. Chances are you'll make more money over the next 20 years, right? And so plus tax rates are lower right now than they have been historically. Will they continue? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But it's a good tax rate, and you're young enough that you'll probably make more money later, maybe be in higher tax brackets. So yeah, I would definitely go the Roth option. I wouldn't do. I don't think you need to do any Roth conversions, but just start funding the Roth with current 401k contributions. That's what I do.
What do you think? Should he ramp up some savings?
Oh, when he pays off the debt?
Yeah.
Or coast.
Well, if it were me, and I they love to travel, and I like to travel too, so I get that. I would go 50/50. I would take that extra savings and then I would travel and whatever on half of it, and the other half
I would imagine there's going to be increase in income,
yeah, well, for sure.
right?
I'm just saying if I really want to retire at 60, then I want to kind of supercharge this a little bit more. So that would be kind of my thinking on that one.
Cool. All right. Yeah. I would, I think coast mode is, I wouldn't say coast mode, but let's say he doesn't have to put a lot of gas on the old fire.
No, I think right. And that's kind of, I think, a good way to think about your career anyway, which is every time you get a raise or bonus, you can increase your lifestyle, maybe half, right? Maybe it's a different figure, but increase it some, but save more because Joe, you and I have seen this many times. People make more money, they spend more. They make more money, they spend more, and then they get to retirement age and they don't have much to show for it except an expensive lifestyle.
Yeah, I know that.
You have some experience in it?
I do have some experience, not me personally. Just been in the business 25 years.
Got it.
That's called, what is that? Style creep?
Yes, yeah.
Lifestyle creep, yes.
Lifestyle creep?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
right. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think TLC sang a song about that too.
Oh, really? Okay.
And so I creep. Yeah.
Yep. There you go. Okay. We got Phil and Claire from California. Hey, Joe, Big Al, Andy. We're both 48. We'd like to retire at 60. We make about $400,000 per year. My Social Security income at age 67 will be $50K. My wife is not eligible to collect Social Security, but she will have a COLA pension at $60,000 per year beginning at age 62.
Wow. Okay.
As we head down the home stretch, we want to make sure that we are saving enough and we're putting our funds in the right types of accounts. Our funds are aggressively invested in a 90-10 stock bond type index portfolio at Vanguard. Our jobs are very stable, and my only concern when the market drops is that I don't have enough cash to buy more stocks. We max out our 401k and 403b accounts every year. We also actively trying to build out our taxable account. In total, we're trying to save about $100,000 per year. Here's the total funds. Tax deferred 1.2, Roth 450, taxable 225, total 1.9. Question 1. Based on the back of the envelope calculations, I'm guessing we could get a 5 to 7% return and have about $5 to $6 million at 60. But getting a spitball from you would be nice. If we can hit our savings goal, we'll be able to retire at 60 and spend $150,000 per year. All right. How old are they? 40?
48. We got 12 years.
12 years? And they're saving $100,000 a year, and they got close to $2 million?
That works. And so here's the math that I did. So you start with 1.9 million, right? And then I just added 75,000 per year because they said they're trying to save 100,000. So let's be a little conservative. Let's go 75,000 savings, 6%, 12 years, pretty conservative rate, $5 million. So I'm agreeing with this 5 to 6 million.
3% on 5 million is 150.
And then you look at spending 150 at a 3% inflation rate at 12 years from now would be 214,000 divided into 5 million would be 4.3% distribution rate, which is at 60, it's maybe just a little high, but not bad, especially when you consider she'll get a pension in 2 years
of 60 grand.
60 grand. You add that in, and now you're at a 3% distribution rate. So yeah, it seems just fine.
I really would like to have more Roth money to optimize taxes in retirement. Being in a high state tax is a bit painful, and we've enjoyed paying less taxes now. But I wonder if we should be investing in a Roth version of the 401k and 403b. Should we shift our pre-tax retirement contributions to Roth, or should we keep investing in the pre-tax accounts and do Roth conversions in retirement? Thanks for all you do for this community. For the community, Al.
Yeah, we're our community service, right?
It's the personal finance community.
Yes. We really enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I would switch to Roth, Phil. Phil and Claire. Is that like a little catchphrase? Any catchy names there?
That is from, what is it? Modern Family.
Oh, there. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I got that.
Modern Family.
Yeah.
Never got into that one.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good one.
Is that with Ted Bundy?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it.
He married what's her name? Sophia.
Oh, yeah.
In the TV show.
Oh, okay.
Not in real life.
Got it.
Yeah, it's $395,000 per year, great income, but that's in the 24% bracket. We kind of like that for Roth contributions. So I agree with you. I'd switch to the Roth contributions there.
Switch to Roth.
And then you know, think about this at age 60, you got a lot of time to convert the rest of your dollars into a Roth IRA at lower tax brackets. So that's when I'd be thinking about Roth conversions personally.
A lot of money on this show.
Yeah.
Your money, your wealth. Imagine that.
A lot of successful people. Jeez.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the people that had 11 million to say, "Can I retire?"
Yeah, can I retire on $100,000?
And then we'd get about 25 comments. You only talk to people about people that have a lot of money.
Yeah.
How about
Who
people?
You know who I met? I met Ken and Barbie.
Ken and Barbie.
Yep, remember them?
No.
They were, and I screwed up the question
Oh.
because it was like they had millions, and it was like, and I thought they said I wanted to spend $20,000 a year,
Oh.
but it was actually $20,000 a month.
Well, see, okay, I do remember it, and I think that's what I said. Let's assume that. But
Yeah, I think we did assume that.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice people.
How'd you meet him?
Well, people track me down. You know? Ken and Barbie.
Okay, well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, anytime any of these our listeners, they can find me.
Yeah, they can find
They
you.
know where I work.
They put in. Yeah, they do know where you work. They can just stand outside the building.
Like just get in ask for me and give them a real life spitball.
Yeah,
All right, I'm tired.
yeah.
Charleston, South Carolina. You ever been?
I have not. Was it good?
Yeah, it was a good time.
I'd like to go. I've heard good things.
Yeah, it's
You
great.
liked it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Stayed at Kiowa Island though, which I thought was pretty close to Charleston, which is about an hour.
Oh, okay.
So
The closest I've been is Chattanooga, Tennessee.
okay, I've been to Chattanooga as well. The travel. You're traveling to Tahiti?
Yeah, next week.
Oh man,
Yeah,
San Diego Airport was no bueno.
I can imagine. Well,
A lot of
hopefully,
canceled
yeah.
flights, a lot of people upset.
Hopefully the government's open by then and we
We
won't
had-
have a problem.
Yeah, we had a couple hours delay.
I'm sure at least you made it.
We
there.
made it. It was
Yeah.
foggy though. I thought for sure they were going to circle and land in Ontario.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
Okay.
there we go. Another wonderful episode. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you both.
How's the weather in down under?
Let's see. At the moment, it's overcast and looks like it's planning on raining. We're going into, we're in mid-spring now, going into summer. So the temperatures are supposed to start ratcheting up as we get
Yeah,
into
it's going to
the Christmas
get pretty
season.
nice.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely.
Maybe even get hot at some point. Huh?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting up to like 30 degrees.
Oh,
You can translate that,
Celsius.
right?
That's about 82, 80-ish, something like that, I
A
think.
little bit more, yeah.
A little more, 85,
Yep.
somewhere in there.
30 degrees
Celsius.
Yeah, Celsius.
Got it. I
you
drink
have-
Celsius.
You have to be, you have to be a world traveler to
Yeah.
understand she was talking Celsius.
Got it.
Right.
Got it. All right, that's it for us. Thanks again for the questions. We'll see you guys next week. Show's called Your Money, Your Wealth.
Next week on YMYW, we'll continue the Roth versus traditional conversation for Todd and Margot in Texas who want to retire early at age 50. David asks for a retirement spitball for those not in the top 0.01%. Mia and Jesse in Seattle are hoping they can buy their dream lake house and retire. Yosemite Sam in Texas wonders if he should pay off his lake house or keep his low-rate mortgage. And Birdie and Bogey want to know if they can afford a $500,000 beach home and still retire early at 55. Join us next week, won't you? Your Money, Your Wealth is your podcast, and this show would not be a show without you and your questions and your feedback, like Gary sent us this week. Subscribe on YouTube, turn on notifications so you can see the spitballs as soon as they're available, and jump into the comments with me and tell me your thoughts on Roth conversions too. Send your friends a link and invite them to join us. Tell them we're over here making fun of finance every week on YMYW. And finally, leave your honest reviews and ratings for Your Money, Your Wealth in Apple Podcasts and any other app that accepts them, like Amazon, Audible, CastBox, Good Pods, Pandora, Player FM, Podcast Addict, and Podchaser. Your Money, Your Wealth is presented by Pure Financial Advisors. We are in the final month of 2025, and maybe you've been procrastinating making those last-minute moves to lower your 2025 taxes. I mean, yeah, you can contribute to a Roth by April 15th of next year for it to count for this year, but a conversion? You only have 4 weeks and 1 day left. Click or tap the free financial assessment link in the episode description to schedule some one-on-one time with the experienced professionals on Joe and Big Al's team at Pure Financial Advisors. They'll help you craft your best strategy to save as much as possible on taxes, and they'll build with you the retirement plan that matches your unique needs and goals. Anyone can get a retirement spitball, but you're not just like anyone else, and your financial plan shouldn't be either. Meet in person at one of our 14 offices around the nation or online via Zoom right from home. Call 888-994-6257 or click or tap that free assessment link in the episode description and schedule your free financial assessment today while there is still time. Pure Financial Advisors is a registered investment advisor. This show does not intend to provide personalized investment advice through this podcast and does not represent that the securities or services discussed are suitable for any investor. As rules and regulations change, podcast content may become outdated. Investors are advised not to rely on any information contained in the podcast in the process of making a full and informed investment decision.